Google's AI leadership gets a shake-up, with chief scientist Jeff Dean leaving after 27 years to found Discovery Loop. Demis Hassabis switches up to become the Alphabet chief scientist. Figure launched Hark Handoff, a best-in-class internet use model. Meta released its own terminal coding agent, and Prime Intellect's new coding harness smashes RKGI3. Let's get into today's AI news. Jeff Dean, Google's chief scientist and a 27-year veteran of the company, is leaving to co-found Discovery Loop alongside fellow Google veterans Sanjay Ghemawat, Oriol Vinyals, and Kwok Lee. The new public benefit corporation aims to automate machine learning, science, and engineering research, with Google itself investing in the venture and providing cloud infrastructure. Dean told the New York Times that leaving a public company gives him more freedom to pursue decisions that aren't necessarily in the company's purest financial interest. It's a striking departure for one of the most senior technical figures in AI, and Google's share price fell nearly 4% on the news. Demis Hassabis is stepping down as CEO of Google DeepMind to become its chairman and chief scientist of Alphabet, a move that lets him focus on long-term strategy and scientific breakthroughs rather than day-to-day operations. He remains CEO of Isomorphic Labs, DeepMind's drug discovery spinout. Koray Kavukchulu, previously DeepMind's chief technology officer, steps up to senior vice president of the unit, now reporting directly to Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai. Combined with Jeff Dean's departure, it's the biggest reshuffle of Google's AI leadership in years, arriving right as the company tries to keep pace with OpenAI and Anthropic. Figure has introduced Hark Handoff, which the company says has been independently verified as the best internet use model built so far, beating both ChatGPT 5.4 and Claude Opus 4.8. Rather than chasing coding benchmarks, Figure is targeting everyday tasks like ordering food, booking flights, shopping, and general web navigation. Most of the industry's agent efforts have gone into helping developers write code faster, leaving genuinely useful everyday web automation comparatively underserved. A model that can reliably handle those fiddly real-world browser tasks would be a genuinely useful assistant for people who aren't developers, so it's not just another coding tool aimed at engineers. Meta has released Muse Code in beta, a terminal coding agent that takes on complete software engineering tasks across large codebases, handling planning, writing code, and validating the results itself. It's powered by Muse Spark 1.2, a coding-focused update to Meta's model line. Meta has largely stayed on the sidelines of the terminal coding agent race so far, watching OpenAI, Anthropic, and others build out increasingly capable tools for exactly this kind of large repo work. Muse Code marks Meta's most direct entry yet into that space, and a real test of whether Meta's coding lineage can compete at the sharp end. Prime Intellect has released Prime Agent, a general-purpose coding harness that scores 95.5% on ArcAGI3, beating the human expert baseline. The gains aren't limited to that one benchmark either. Prime Intellect says it saw major improvements across multiple models when compared against their own proprietary harnesses. It's a reminder that the harness wrapped around a model can matter almost as much as the model itself, and a strong open harness could end up leveling the playing field between smaller labs and the frontier ones.